nation's new president is James K. Polk. No one really knew who he was before the election, but he became known for wanting to expand the United States. His favor of expansion is really the only reason he was elected. He wants to add Texas and Oregon to the United States. Sam Houston, the president of Texas, signed a treaty in 1844. It was a treaty of annexation with the United States. The Senate didn't want to ratify the treaty and refused its approval. They feared that a war with Mexico would occur if the United States annexed Texas. Sam Houston was persistent, though. He tricked the Americans into thinking that Texas and Britain might form an alliance. Fearing the possibility of Britain's army becoming stronger, Congress admitted Texas to the Union in 1845. Disputes with Mexico immediately followed. Texas and Mexico argued about where the true border of Texas was. Texans said it was the Rio Grande. Mexico argued that it was the Nueces River, which was further north than the Rio Grande. The United States, of course, was on Texas' side. President Polk didn't just want Texas, he wanted Oregon too. Britain and the United States, wanting to avoid war, came to a compromise. They divided Oregon at latitude 49 degrees north. Britain got the land north of the line, and the United States got the land south of the line. Our portion was named the Oregon. Though problems with Oregon were solved, issues with Mexico were getting worse. Mexico was furious with Americans over the annexation of Texas. They also thought that Americans in New Mexico and California would rebel, following the example led by Texas. Meanwhile, Americans claimed that Mexico was in the way of manifest destiny. President Polk offered $30 million for California and New Mexico. Mexico refused the offer, resenting any more loss of territory. In January 1846, President Polk sent General Zachary Taylor to set up posts along the Rio Grande, knowing full well that Mexico claimed this territory and invading it might cause a war. I understand the want for more land, but war definitely isn't the way to go. That April, Mexican troops crossed the Rio Grande and fought a short battle with the Americans. Both sides lost soldiers. President Polk urged Congress to declare war on Mexico. The Southerners were excited for the war, eager to get more land. Northerners, like my parents, think it's a plot to add slave states to the Union. Mexico was forced to make peace and give America the land with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848. The lands were called the Mexican Cession. We gave Mexico $15 million and agreed to respect the rights of those in the Mexican Cession. The U.S. bought the Gadsden Purchase in 1853 for $10 million, completing their expansion across the continent. Another army in California joined forces with the United States Army. The United States had control over all of New Mexico and California in 1847. Just outside of Mexico's capital, Mexico City, Mexican soldiers fought one last battle at Chapultepec. The Mexican soldiers fought to the last man, and those who died are now honored as heroes. Many people from different places now lived in the United States, creating a rich heritage and diverse culture. Mexicans taught Americans how to mine minerals and irrigate the soil. Americans